And 3, 2, 1, action!
The original idea was to move away from the norm. What I wanted is just to get real behaviour of people aboard. And actually, when you get to the heart of it and you speak to Princess customers, what they're talking about most is the experiences whilst aboard with friends and with family. And it seems like nobody's capturing that accurately on film or in photography. So by not using models or actors, we've got the real crew, we've got a real family, you've got all of these slight nuances of human behaviour, which are just so very, very beautiful.
Oh, come on. That's
I want to be part of that family.
Taking that integrity and that honest approach was one part of it. The other part of it was to just be beautiful in crafting a film and beautiful in the production and the technique and in the story behind it.
Action! We wanted it to feel like you're watching something that is by nature very normal, but something about it is special and you can't necessarily put your finger on why it's special. So we approach it with a one-shot kind of technique. So we would essentially be chronicling a day in the life of this yacht and the people on it, but doing it all in one shot.
It was a kind of a real sort of daunting feeling about how are we going to do this, because it was so ambitious. You know, a seamless shot that transitions into animation, goes from a drone shot into a handheld gimbal, goes up 3 flights of a super yacht out at sea. It was wildly ambitious. The initial challenges with filming on a yacht, and obviously it being out in the middle of the ocean, were the size of the doorways for us to get through, and also be able to go from deck to deck, raising cameras, you know, from 3 feet above seawater to potentially 30 feet above seawater.
Go through the operating on this, because I'm going to be mum. Moving and camera.
We opted to use Movi, which was kind of a handheld stabilised rig that allowed the camera to mimic a Steadicam type effect, but it enabled us to do handoffs and squeeze it between doorways when other sort of options for the camera wouldn't have allowed us to do that. So the pass off the boat is like plan C at the moment onto the boat. Some of the things that we perhaps didn't realise until we got on set and, you know, out onto the water were the additional challenges that filming on a boat and filming on the sea and the moving sun and things like that were going to throw at us. So it was really tricky. We just looked at ways of constantly doing things that were a bit unexpected, going underwater when you would expect that wouldn't be possible and coming back out again all in one shot. So we had a VFX company that helped us do a lot of the transitions.
Camera roll. 3, 2, 1, action!
Hello!
So there was 10 transitions that they had to do that helped tie the film all together. We also needed them to paint out reflections of crew in windows and mirrors, put the Princess logo on the back of the boat. So yeah, VFX was a big element.
As I find display of compassion, my friends.
Got to this scene where there was a bedtime story and we thought, how can we take it to that next level? How can we make something special out of it? And how can we kind of, you know, symbolically reflect this kind of magical experience on this boat? And that was the way we chose to do it. And it's a really nice, unexpected moment.
And then Ingrid bid her friends farewell and exclaimed, "Let's sail."
Also wanted to do something really exciting with the sound, so we went for a dynamic sound design, which we worked with our sound designer on creating a sound mix that moved with you as you move through the boat. So this dynamic sound mix creates a real exciting, kind of constantly changing experience that, again, just another layer of something that you won't necessarily be able to put your finger on, but feels very exceptional and feels very exciting.
I'm so pleased at the response from everybody who's seen the film and the people who are stepping forward and making it a point to pull me to one side and say this is the most fantastic thing that they've seen in the marine industry. And that is the product of seeing eye to eye with everybody involved in the project, to the point where you're dealing with people at every level who are egging you on and pushing you further and making you take even braver steps to achieve something which is greater than the sum of its parts. And I think that's what we've seen emerge from this project.